Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just got a new recorder, so I got a webcam. I just want to remind you that any of these gray text is comments that you guys are welcome to read. You don't have to though. So, what this video is about is previously I made a guessing game. And now we are going to add loops to our guessing game. I've already explained loops in a previous video. So let's jump right into the video. So my first variable is called secret number, and I assigned its value to 5. And then I made another variable called guess correctly, which is a boolean. It is equivalent to false. And so then I made it so that it prints on the screen, can you guess the number? Print. You have 5 guesses. Print. The number is between 1 and 9. So I added a bunch of different stuff. Now this for loop, for counter, I named the variable counter. You don't have to name it that. I just named it that so that it's easier. In range 5, so they get 5 guesses, and of course guess is input with an input function. So let me show you that. So can you guess a number? Can you guess a number? You have 5 guesses. You have 5 guesses. The number is between 1 and 9. The number is between 1 and 9. So it all worked out fine. But it did all of this simultaneously, and the reason it didn't go on after that was because of this input function. The input function, it like, what's the neat way to explain it? It stops the other codes from running, so it's like, if you it's sending a message to the user of your program, telling them basically that it's asking for the user of your program to assign a value to the variable that I named guess. And it won't go on, it won't execute any other programs until you assign it a value. So it did all those previous steps simultaneously, but it stopped because I didn't assign it a value. Now, this if function, that is if the secret number is equivalent to guess. So secret number equals 5, and if you input 5, it will activate this block. And how you make sure that they type in a number is with this right here. This is casting is like the only code that will run after an input. So what is your guess? Hello, and it's not an integer, so it will show up as an error. But if I say 5, and it'll print you got it right. Guess correctly's value changes to true. I will explain that in a second. And then this break command. What this break command does is this for loop. This is for loops in block, or in other words, this is what for loop owns. So if this if command if this if function is executed, it will say you got it right. It changes its function to true, and it stops. The for loop won't do any of these. It will just go down to here, and it'll stop. So that ends the game. And why it needs to be true is if guessed correctly, or that variable that's a Boolean, true or false. You don't need to put equivalent to true, because true is like its default value, and false is changing it to incorrect. So just guess correctly means that if it is true, it will print your score is, and then I added a string to counter, because right now it's an integer and I can't add a string and an integer. I have to add a string and a string. And you do that by casting, which basically tricks the computer into thinking it's not a string, it is instead a integer, or vice versa. You can also do it to booleans, floats, and what's the last one I'm thinking of? Boolean, float, integer. Yeah, like that's all of them. I got it right. So if I get it right, 5, it'll say you got it right. Your score is 0 out of 4. Basically, the lower the score is, the better you got. So why it's saying 0 instead of 1, it's my first guess, is because this 5 is an exclusive value. So it won't go up to 5, it goes from 0 to 4, which is still 5, but it's not, well, like 5. It goes up to 0 to 4, which in total is equivalent to 5. So it'll say you got it right, everything that I wanted it to. But we haven't talked about this else function. Basically what this else function does is it says if this if function isn't ran, this will be ran. Instead of if it's not ran, usually if you don't have an else function, it won't do anything. But if you do have an else function, it will run the else function if this is not ran. So if I don't get it correct, it'll say print incorrect, try it again. Print guess number plus string counter. So what that does is it turns this from an integer to a string and then adds guess number. So it's basically telling you what guess that is. So if I say, what is your guess? And I say 2, and it's incorrect. It'll say incorrect, try it again, guess number 0, and it'll go back to here. What is your guess? It goes back to the loop. It'll loop, 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 loop until it hits this break. So if alright. So what happens if this guess correctly is instead of false, or if I guess all of them incorrect? So let's say I guess 1 incorrect, guess number 0, 2 incorrect, guess number 1, 3 incorrect, guess number 2, it goes up to 4, and then 4, and then let's just skip 5 and go to 6. It'll say guess number 4, that's my final answer, and it'll say game over, and I'll try again. So like if I get anyone to play my game, what I'll do is I guess I'll just like increase the height of this so that, well, they can't see the secret number. But I think that is all I have to talk about. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Put down in the comments if I get the comments fixed. Put down in the comments if you enjoy me having a webcam, or if you just wanted to go back to how it usually is. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good day.